So we've only gone and done it. We have had 2 learners, yes, that is correct, 2 learners go and pass today. They are absolutely over the moon, but even better is they both have agreed to help you guys out who are waiting for driving tests, who have that dreaded day coming up. Dreaded, might be excited. And they're just here to share some of their tips with you, their feelings, how did they feel, and just give you a bit of background on what to expect on the day. Because after all, it's all well and good hearing it from us driving instructors, but we did it probably 20, 30 years ago. So it's nice to hear it from someone that is just freshly out the test. First of all, we're going to listen to William, an Oxford student who walked out his driving test with just 3 minors.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that'll do. That's it. You don't have to hold it this whole time. No. But so you just passed your test, yeah?
Yes.
Newcastle under Lyme. How was the examiner?
He was really nice.
Yeah.
Really, you know, put me at ease.
Yeah.
I tried not to pay attention to what was clicking away. But yeah, and you know, he offered some advice at some point as well.
Did he?
Yeah, we did a bay park at home base, and he said, you know, they give advice for coming out of there because it's a stop junction, but you can't see the stop sign. So, you know, he was just because they're giving you some pointers doesn't mean that you've failed your test or anything.
So he wasn't against you. You didn't feel like he was against you. Trying to.
No. That's what you make yourself think, you know. Yeah. They hate you and they don't want to pass you, but yeah. it's not like that at all.
No. So this here is William. William, we met what, 2-3 weeks ago?
Last week,
crikey, yeah. A week ago, last minute. William's a university student. Where you at, William?
I'm at Oxford.
Oxford. I stupidly said Cambridge earlier. You've never seen a student rage so hard. I thought he was going to knock me out of this car.
That's not true.
Week ago, William wanted some last minute lessons. When was the last time you had a lesson since then with a driving instructor?
Ooh, before I started university, so like September.
Really?
Yeah.
September?
Yeah.
Wow, so 6 months is that, give or take? My maths isn't great.
Yeah, I'd done some driving at Christmas just with my parents, but like no actual lessons. So,
right.
Yeah. The manoeuvres were a bit rusty.
Yeah.
But...
You had lots of practice with parents though?
Yeah.
Manoeuvres were a bit rusty, weren't they? But we sorted that out in, did we have 6 hours? We squeezed...
6 hours and then an hour, well, 45 minutes before the test.
Yeah, so we had 6 hours of lessons beforehand just to go over manoeuvres, things like that, and then a bit before the test. Yeah. Plenty? Yeah. Is that enough? Yeah. What were you showing me? Tell me questions.
Ooh, tyre pressure.
Tyre pressure, which is?
You find the figure in your handbook and check the tyre pressure.
Right, okay.
And then
Demister, okay. Now this was a bit of a my fault situation as well as William's, but during the 6 hours at no point did anyone mention show me tell me questions. So William was actually unaware till he got in the car this morning and actually asked me, Josh, is there going to be any show me tell me questions today? At which point I thought, oh dear. So we spent approximately, what, 2 minutes? 2.5 minutes. Even three minutes revising the show me tell me questions.
To be fair, we then went over them as it was driving.
We did. So. But you managed to memorise them all immediately.
Sure.
Don't advise doing that yourself, but it can be done. But definitely don't advise it at all because it makes you look like a plonker if you get them wrong. But yeah, so have you got any tips for anyone?
The test is just another lesson.
Yeah.
You know, if you do some minors, don't worry about it. Don't ever think that you've failed or that you've passed because you just don't know. You just don't know in the test how you've done, and that's fine. Also, check your blind spot when you're when you're moving on to a dual carriageway, because I saved my test by just doing a quick blind spot check, and there was a car right there as I was merging onto the A500. So do that.
It couldn't have been any more in the blind spot, he said, didn't he?
No, it was in the worst possible position, but he said, you know, it was a really good blind spot check.
I think you passed because that car was there. almost, and you checked it.
Yeah.
I mean, your driving was very good, but he was unbelievably impressed with that.
Yeah, he said.
I've never seen that guy so happy ever with a pass. You know, so you did well there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the point was blind spot check, and you weren't that keen on blind spot checks when we met, were you?
I don't think it's that I wasn't keen on them. I think it's that they're generally quite poorly taught. You
Yes.
don't understand.
Not by me.
Not by you. Well, evidently, because but generally you don't know where you're looking. You
No.
kind of look, but you don't really look at what's there. You look behind you. It's moments like that where there's something right there that you can't see in your mirror, and suddenly you look over and there's this huge car going barreling 50 miles an hour down the dual carriageway that you realise how important they are.
Yes.
So
There is a way you can check, you can prove the blind spot as well.
yeah.
Which I do sometimes show.
But even so, it's getting someone to stand there is not the same
No.
as seeing something in it
Yeah.
when you're going that fast.
Absolutely. Absolutely, when you're barreling on the A500 at 50
Yeah.
miles an hour.
Oh yeah,
Not that keen. Okay. Well, thank you very much, William.
no problem.
Been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah,
Enjoy your license.
thank
And
you.
remember, 6 points and it's all start again. Yeah?
Yeah,
So make sure you look after that license. It's been an absolute pleasure.
yeah.
Good luck at uni.
Thank you.
See you later, boys and girls.
And then we're going to listen to James, who is still in sixth form. He works at a fish and chip shop, and he walked away with just one minor fault. That is correct, one minor. Now, the beauty to James is actually that I taught him from the very beginning, from when he had 0 lessons on his birthday, which was last December, to now 3 months later, having approximately 25 hours. James has blossomed into this perfect or close to perfect driver. Now, James did have quite a bit of experience with mum and dad in between lessons, which really helps, and it'll show you how much it helps, because otherwise he wouldn't have been test ready within those 25 hours.
Well, James, what have you just done?
I've just passed my driving
Let's
test.
have a look. Let's have a look at it. Get out. Beautiful, beautiful. Well done. Second one of the day. So how did you feel this morning?
I was a little bit nervous.
Were you?
But I knew that I was going to do it. I had the confidence in myself.
Did you?
So, yeah.
You already decided it was happening and that was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah? How many hours have you done?
I think I've done about 23.
23 hours?
a
It's
day.
not a huge amount, is it?
No.
Do you know what the average is?
Is it 30 to 40?
It's about 40 hours with a driving instructor, then another 30 with
Yeah.
parents. So
Okay.
you've done really, really well.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely brilliant. That's really, really good. So massive well done. That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, thank
you
you.
know, so impressed. What did you feel? How did you feel during the test? Was there any points you thought, oh my god, I failed here, or
Yeah, I think there's a few times I was being a little bit picky with myself.
were you?
But I think, yeah, it all came out okay.
Yeah. What would you say to other people about during the test, and if they start worrying about how they are doing?
I'll probably just say to slow down and just go through all the routines in your head.
What's the main routine you focused on?
MSPSL routine.
MSPSL
Yeah.
routine. Went over that a lot, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing we've talked about that stood out for you today?
I think probably my speeding, and especially in residential areas.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did that help? Did it?
Yeah, I was definitely a lot slower
Yeah.
and took a lot more
And
time.
how many minors did you get?
I think just one
One minor. What did you get the minor for?
for speeding.
Speeding.
Yeah.
How fast were you going?
44 and 40.
44 and a 40. There you go. Okay, 44 and a 40. And that was that. Tell me why that was.
I think I misread the sign. I thought it was a 60, or the sat nav
The
said.
sat nav said it was 60.
Yeah.
So what's the lesson to be learned?
To not trust the sat nav.
Don't ever trust the sat nav. Trust your own knowledge of signs at the street lights and non-street lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you managed to do that. That was really, really good.
Yeah,
Well
thank
done. Yeah, over the moon. Absolutely over the moon. Remember, in your first 2 years, if you get 6 points, you have to start the whole thing again, theory and test.
Yeah.
So make sure you behave on the road, look after your license.
Yeah.
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 Any last tips for anyone else out there?
I don't think so. Just take your time. Don't rush it. And will come eventually.
When you're ready, when you feel ready. I mean, did you feel ready for your test?
Yeah. I was definitely confident that I was going to
You've
do
got to
it.
feel it, haven't
Yeah.
you? So no, brilliant. Well done, mate. That's
Yeah,
absolutely
thank you.
brilliant.
Do make sure you give these guys a massive well done in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. If you have anything to say, get them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And I'll go, is not enough.